Hello everyone, how's it going? My name is Chris and this is the next episode of my Question Time video series. So recently I switched over to FormSpring for the method I'm using for people to submit questions, and it's working out pretty well. If you want to head over to formspring.me/chrisspooner, you can see all the questions that people have submitted and some little text responses that I've added. So basically what I do is I run through them and pick out ones that I think sound particularly interesting, or ones that I can add on to in video. So here we go with this week's questions. So first question: have you ever had a day where you wake up and you know that you're not going to get anything done because you're feeling lazy? Pretty much. It's quite a lot more common than you might expect, especially working from home. It can become quite lazy days can be quite quite common. Sometimes I'll wake up and get on the computer and really not feel like doing a particular job. As you know, I create tutorials most of the time, so it really becomes difficult if I've not got any particular topic in mind, and then if I do have a topic in mind, sometimes I can really struggle getting the idea down on paper or on screen, so it can be really frustrating sometimes. And on those days, that's where the general tasks like emptying out your email inbox and doing admin work and stuff like that, and that's where all that comes in handy. I always like to try and produce work when I'm feeling inspired to do so. So the great thing about working from home is you can take time off whenever you want and come back to things at a later date. So whenever I'm having a really bad day, I might just head out with the dog or come off altogether and catch up later on, the next day or later in the evening. So yes, I do have lazy days. I think everyone does, really. Every designer has that creative block and days where you just really don't feel like designing. So that's what I do on those days. So next up, quite a fun question: what's your inspiration drink? Now it's pretty boring actually. I'm not a drinker of alcohol. I'm not drank for about for years. I don't drink tea or coffee, and the only thing I tend to have during the day is I'll show you actually. I think this is where I end up spilling it all over my laptop. A no added sugar cordial drink. Pretty weak, as you can see as well. Let's joke myself then. So that's what I tend to drink, a couple of pints of that per day, 2 or 3 pints. So next question: if you're making a website for someone, do you hand code everything or do you use the design part of Dreamweaver? I did start out using the design part of Dreamweaver. That was before I even started studying at university. I think everyone experiments with those sort of things in college, and I think unfortunately that's what some colleges teach. But I did move on to hand coding, and nowadays I hand code everything. And I definitely advise anyone getting into web design to move away from the design portion of Dreamweaver and start hand coding your own CSS and HTML as soon as possible. The reason is these WYSIWYG editors, they often don't inject the very clean or semantic code. So the main advantage of hand coding is you've got control over everything that goes onto the website, and you know exactly what should be included, and you can make it really clean and really semantic, and cut down on the page size and all that sort of stuff. So it really does give it more of a professional edge, and just basically puts you ahead of the competition who might be using those sorts of applications. So final question this week is: what is your favourite thing to do offline, away from computers and technology? So basically I can't mention my Xbox gaming sessions, because that's not exactly away from technology. We do tend to go to the cinema every now and again and watch movies in the evenings on our TV at home, but again they're technology related. Otherwise I go to the gym 3 times a week. I've been taking my gym work a little bit more serious over the last year or so, and it's starting to make a bit of a difference. So I can proudly say that I've taken myself from borderline underweight to bang in the middle of the BMI chart. So it's really starting to make a bit of a subtle, visible difference now. So that's really that's something I'm really working on and getting quite proud of. Ready for the holiday in summer. So yeah, otherwise I take out Mr. Jake the dog every day. It's much nicer when it's nice weather, but we usually head off to the field to kick around some tennis balls that he enjoys chasing, or he goes and plays with other dogs. And sometimes I also take him down to the woods and have a bit of a relaxing time for myself. I end up just sitting on a log and just taking in the sights and sounds of the woodland area while he's off exploring. So that's what I tend to do offline, and otherwise that's about it. We don't really do much else. I've got a pretty boring life all in all. I don't drink, I don't smoke, don't go out partying. I just so yeah, I'm pretty rubbish, but that's what I do. Helps save money at least. Right, so let's take a look at some interesting design links this week. So first up, we've got a tutorial from Creative Fan that shows you how to create quite a cool, vibrant, colourful, ornamental text effect. It takes you through the process of creating lots of little like vector style, colourful, blobby sort of things, combining into a text effect. The best thing to do is head over and check it out, and you'll probably enjoy this one because it's quite a cool effect. Next up, we've got a tutorial from drawingclouds.com that is titled Create a Mix Retro and Vector Poster in Photoshop and Illustrator. So that basically takes you through the process of combining a photo along with lots of illustrated elements and bright, colourful things to create like a cool retro effect. It looks pretty similar to something that you might find on an old album cover or something. Looks really interesting, so definitely head over and check that out. So finally, final news design news link post item this week is an article over on Vector Toots. That is a roundup of 25 creative and challenging vector poster design tutorials, and I think I remember a couple of mine making it into this roundup, which is really appreciated. And so otherwise there's some really good tutorials here that can really help boost your skills in Illustrator while creating some cool designs using these step-by-step guides. So head over and check that out and have some fun. So that's all for this week. Like I said, if you want to submit your question, head over to formspring.me/chrisspooner. I'll get back to you all in text format with a few sentences, short paragraphs, just to give my initial thoughts, and then if it's something I can expand on in video, I'll be sure to include it in the next episode. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you all later.